7 psychological tricks to make any woman obsessed with you. Here's a question. Why is it that some men who don't have the best looks or the most money still manage to have women absolutely obsessed with them? It's not luck and it's not magic. The truth is, attraction has very little to do with your appearance or your bank account. What really drives obsession is psychology. Women are emotional creatures first, and if you understand how to connect with them on that level, you become unforgettable. This video isn't about cheap tricks or manipulative games. It's about mastering yourself and learning the psychological triggers that make women feel challenged, emotionally engaged, and irresistibly drawn to you. Stay until the end, because if you miss even one of these, you'll miss the key to turning attraction into obsession. Attraction is psychological, not surface level. Most dating advice tells men to just be nice, buy her gifts, or work harder at the gym. While there's nothing wrong with being kind, generous, or fit, those things alone won't make a woman obsessed. They might get her attention, but they won't hold it. Why? Because women don't get addicted to surface-level qualities. What hooks them is how you make them feel. Psychology and emotion outweigh everything else. A man who can trigger curiosity, mystery, and excitement will always outshine a man who only shows off money or good looks. If you want her thinking about you when you're not around, replaying your words in her head, and craving your presence, you need to understand her emotional wiring, not just her superficial desires. Trick 1. Praise her mind, not just her beauty. Every woman hears the same tired compliments. You're beautiful, you're hot, you're gorgeous. These words barely register anymore. What cuts deeper is when you recognize something no one else notices. Her intelligence, her wit, her creativity, her drive. When you compliment a woman's mind instead of just her looks, you flip the script. She's used to men chasing her beauty, but when you admire her thoughts, she feels truly seen. That creates what psychologists call a value reversal. Instead of you chasing her, she starts feeling lucky to have your attention. That emotional flip is powerful. It makes you stand out from every other guy in her orbit. And once you occupy that unique place in her mind, she can't help but replay your words long after you're gone. Trick 2. Create emotional tension. Predictability kills attraction. If she always knows when you'll call, what you'll say, and how you'll respond, the spark fades. Women are addicted to emotional tension, the same way people get hooked on cliffhanger TV shows. That uncertainty keeps them engaged. When she gets too comfortable, she stops thinking about you. But if you create a subtle push-pull dynamic, giving attention and then pulling back just enough, you trigger her emotions. She starts to wonder, does he miss me? Is he thinking about me? That mental space is where obsession grows. The key is not being cold or manipulative. It's about balancing closeness with independence, showing that your world doesn't revolve around her. That balance keeps her on her toes, and it makes her crave more of your attention. Trick 3. Use strategic jealousy. Jealousy is one of the most powerful emotional triggers, but it has to be used wisely. You don't need to flirt with other women to make her jealous. That usually backfires. Instead, project a life that's full, valuable, and socially rich. When she sees that other people respect you, that other women enjoy your company, or that you're admired in your circle, her instincts kick in. She feels competition, even if no one else is directly competing. That little spark of jealousy makes her invest more in you. She'll want to secure her place in your life because deep down, women value what others value. The trick is to be naturally desirable, not perform desirability. Live a life you're proud of, and she'll want to fight to be a part of it. Trick 4. Master the power of detachment. Women test men all the time, often without realizing it. They want to know if you're confident enough to stand your ground. If you crumble when she pulls away, begs for attention, or reacts with neediness, she loses respect instantly. But when you carry yourself like a man who could walk away at any time, you project strength. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're not desperate. You choose her, but you don't need her to feel complete. That emotional independence is magnetic. Women crave men who are steady and secure because it makes them feel safe. When you embody detachment, you stop chasing her validation, and instead, she starts chasing yours. Trick 5. Be consistent but unpredictable. This may sound contradictory, but it's the sweet spot. Women need consistency in your values, respect, and integrity. But they also need unpredictability in your actions to keep things exciting. If you're too predictable, she gets bored. If you're too inconsistent, she feels unsafe. The art is to give her security through your presence and values, while also keeping her guessing with small surprises. That could mean planning a date she didn't expect, sending a message at an unusual time, or breaking routine just enough to stay fresh. This balance prevents emotional stagnation and keeps her constantly intrigued by you. Trick 6. Use silence as a tool. Most men make the mistake of filling every silence with words, compliments, or reassurance. But silence, when used intentionally, is a powerful psychological weapon. Imagine this. You've just shared a great moment with her, and instead of bombarding her with texts afterward, you give her space. That silence amplifies her emotions. She begins to wonder, what is he thinking? Why hasn't he called yet? That curiosity grows into longing. In conversation, strategic pauses make your words more impactful. When you don't rush to respond, you show patience and confidence. Silence creates contrast, and contrast makes your presence more valuable. Trick 7. Break her emotional patterns. Women are used to certain patterns in relationships. If she flirts, men usually flatter her back. If she pulls away, men usually chase. If she gets angry, men usually argue. By breaking these predictable scripts, you stand out instantly. For example, instead of chasing when she pulls back, you stay calm and cantered. Instead of arguing, you remain unshaken. These small disruptions surprise her, challenge her expectations, and make her reevaluate you. That surprise creates intrigue. She starts to think, this man is different. And difference is what makes you unforgettable. Emotional untouchability. The highest form of attraction is emotional untouchability. This means she can't shake you, no matter what mood she's in. If she gets upset, you stay calm. If she tests you, you don't lose composure. If she pulls away, you don't panic. This emotional stability is incredibly rare, and it's what women crave most. It makes you a safe emotional harbor, someone they can rely on when life feels chaotic. Emotional untouchability isn't coldness, it's strength. And when you combine that strength with presence, confidence, and respect, women become obsessed because they know men like you are almost impossible to find. These psychological tricks aren't about manipulation or games. They're about becoming a man who embodies strength, mystery, and emotional mastery. When you practice these principles, women don't just notice you. They think about you when you're not there. They crave your attention. They feel compelled to chase your presence. That's not because you played a game, but because you became a man who commands respect and desire. So ask yourself, which of these traits are you already living out, and which will you start working on today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective. If you found this video valuable, hit the like button, subscribe for more deep insights, and share this with a friend who needs to hear it. Remember, real power doesn't come from chasing women. It comes from mastering yourself.